What fool thing is Johnny doing now? Well, here we go. Lee Hacklin, private investigator in Comic Strip Tease, Chapter 4. Edwin's dander skyrocketed. You can call her Mrs. Forsyte. She patted his knee. Ronnie's fine. Please cut my son a little slack, Lee. He forgot to take his Valium this morning. Mom! He looked at me in exasperation. I guess we were friends now. Funny how that works. Ronnie opened her purse and handed me a thick file. I love all of my clients, especially the guilty ones. They make my life so much easier, but I have a special affection for those who are prepared. She said, I hope that's enough information for you. Anything you want to know about our family is fair game. It was so unspeakable what happened to Gray. He was such a kind soul. Never hurt so much as a fly. He and uppity Edwin here were opposites. Edwin loved sports and chased after girls, while Gray stayed home and drew. My soul, if there is such a thing, at that point in my life I was a firmly on the fence agnostic, stirred. I like what I'm doing now. I'd rather fight evil than draw evil. Edwin fished out his wallet and handed me a business card. Forsyte Plumbing. We stink, so you don't have to. We want Graham's killer brought to justice, Lee. I'm available around the clock. Ronnie smiled at him approvingly. Looks like you've tamed my son, Lee, for now. Graham was married to a lovely woman, Gwen, and his son Frank is 8. Gwen misses her husband, Lee. Frank misses his father. There's no point to civilization if people are allowed to murder with impunity. Well, Ronnie, if you ever decide to run for office, you've sure got my vote. She chuckled and replied, I'm 96. Next lifetime, maybe. Edwin cleared his throat and said, You know what happened to Gray, right? He was kidnapped. A cop found his body in a Central Park restroom. Don't say fork. A blackened husk of what my brother was. Somebody burned him to death. They wept and they held each other, and I pushed my tissue box towards them. Okay, I'm at your service. Ronnie wrote me a retainer check that was much more than my usual rate. I took it, tried not to drool, and said, If I can't cook anything other than goose eggs, then you'll get this back, and an apology card. Ronnie took my hand into both of hers. I've read all about you, Lee. You're very good at what you do. And yes, call me Mom. I'd like that. Edwin's eyes popped. He swallowed. Then he launched into a coughing fit. Ronnie rubbed his back. Ah, and we shook hands and they left. I started to wipe my coffee-soaked desk when my phone rang. Lee Hacklin? Lee Hacklin. Is he strong? Listen, bud. He's got radio, active blood. Lee, it's your mother. Oh, hi, your mother. How's your father? That's not how I taught you to answer the phone, Lee. Your sense of humor is turgid and witless, just like everything else about you. Oh, Lee, did you have to kill those men? People who choose a life of crime, Mom, are asking for it. Who are you to judge? I don't judge, Mom. I act. Like a bloodthirsty savage. I'm so ashamed of you. Slam. I sat and I cried, and the ticking of my analog clock reminded me of the finiteness of time. Who needs a mother's love? I do. What I needed more was purpose. I picked up the file and I began to read. The countdown began for the killer of Graham Forsyte. Happy Saturday. It's a first draft. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, God loves you. And so does John. Cheers.